and welcome back to another video today. If you're new to this channel, hello, my name is Kim, aka Geekerella, and I make geeky / comic-y book things on this channel. Today we're going to be going through some of the November comics. Yes, I know it's like almost the end of December, and I've got all of my Christmassy decorations up, but to get you in the festive cheer, they're up, so, you know. But before we jump into the November comics, I just want to chat to you guys about a few things. So what have I been doing recently? I went to watch Star Wars Episode 8, and I have some very mixed feelings about it. If you guys are interested in hearing my thoughts, I can do a chat or a review on this channel. Let me know and I'll make a video, because I definitely did a review for Episode 7, The Force Awakens, and Rogue One as well. So if you guys are interested in hearing my opinion and chatting with me about it, let me know. And secondly, this is always a goal of mine to make more videos, become more active, but something that I really want to implement next year is doing a regular giveaway. So I have never done a giveaway on this channel before, and I have always wanted to do one. I've just kind of held back because I wanted to do it like for a big event kind of thing. But recently I've just been like, why can't I just do a regular thing, a fun regular thing? So next year I want to implement a little segment on this channel. I have done, I think, one Q&A before, a really long time ago. I will link the video somewhere here or in the description below if you want to go have a look at it. But I want to do some more Q&A videos and have the giveaway during the Q&A. So the way that it would work is, I think the last Q&A I hashtagged it Talk Geeky to Me, and I really love the title of that. So I feel like this Q&A series can be called Talk Geeky to Me, and that is the hashtag. So the reason that I'm talking about the hashtag is because if you guys want to ask me any questions, like literally any questions, they don't have to be comic book, they don't have to be geeky. If you just want to know more about me, about anything, you can ask me. So if you guys want to enter the giveaway or be involved in the Q&A, please leave me a comment below and hashtag it Talk Geeky to Me, because I will be looking at all the different comments that have this hashtag, and they will be an acceptance into the giveaway. And whichever is my favorite question will win the giveaway. I'll make it the title of the Q&A video, and you will receive a whole lot of a bunch of stuff. It could be comic book stuff, it could be statues, figurines, I don't know. But the first one I want to do is in January. So it may be like the beginning of January, I'm unsure, but if you guys do want to enter this giveaway, please leave me a comment below. You can leave me a comment below and hashtag it Talk Geeky to Me. Ask me a question, and all of those, anything that's hashtagged with that will obviously I will take as an entry into the giveaway. If you also want to ask me things on social media, because I do have a Twitter account, Twitter is a perfect way to ask me questions. So if you guys are not following me on Twitter, you have to be following me on Twitter. I have the link to my Twitter account below, so make sure you open up the description. Go to Twitter and follow me on Twitter, and if you want to ask me a question on there as well, that would be fantastic. Just tweet at me and make sure you hashtag it Talk Geeky to Me, so I know that it's for the Q&A and it's for the giveaway. And on that note, thank you so much, guys. A lot of you have been following me on Instagram, and Instagram is definitely like literally the top thing that I post on any social media. I'm on Instagram like so much per day. That is my most active, I would say, social media account. So if you're not following me on Instagram, you really should be. I'll leave a link to that in the description below. Make sure you go follow me on there. You can ask me questions on there too. It'll all go towards the giveaway thing, whichever kind of social media profile you have. If you don't have Twitter, but you have Instagram, you can ask me on Instagram or like whatever. So I hope you guys are interested in entering that. I think it'll be a lot of fun. I really want to give away something to you guys. You guys are just amazing. So enter that giveaway, ask me questions, can be about anything. I think that's enough ranting for today. I can already feel my voice going, and we gotta go through all the comics. So guys, drum roll, bum ba da bum, let's go through, did I just say bum da da bum? Let's go through my complete and utter pull list for the whole of November. So as always, let's go through DC first. First up, we have the Doomsday Clock, issue number 1. Oh my god, this has been a long-awaited series for like a million years. I was 100% adamant on getting the Rorschach lenticular cover. I didn't care how much it cost. I wanted the cover. So I got, it's just so cool. Look at it. I'm not sure if you can see it really well in the camera there, but it is so freaking cool. I'm so excited to start reading this. Okay, let me mention here that I haven't read any of these November comics. I am still trying to get through my October comics, so sorry. Next up we have the Supes family. So I have Superman issue number 34. And I also have Superman issue number 35. And look at this cover. It's a Justice League variant. I saw it and I was like, oh my god, the only thing missing obviously is Superman. Excuse me. Why is Superman not on the front cover? Like, it's a Superman book. Like, it should have Superman from the Justice League. I don't care if it's a spoiler. I don't care. I wanted him on the front cover. But anyway, I'm settling for Wonder Woman, Aquaman, and Batman. But how cool is this cover? They were doing a lot of these ones across all of the titles, having like the Justice League actor variant covers, and they just look so much fun. And I think it's a really cool thing to be collecting, because obviously when I'm a lot older, I'll look back and be like, oh my god, remember the Justice League? I have those variant covers, so I was very excited to pick this one up. So this is Superman, issue number 35. Then we have Action Comics, issue number 991, again with the Justice League variant. I am so behind on this Oz Effects thing. I think I'm like on I'm on part 3, this is part 5, so I'm trying my best to catch up. But there's just so many different, like, you know, titles that I'm so behind on, and I'm trying to like catch up to it. But anyway, so this is the variant cover, and I've also got Action Comics 992. We are almost up to Action Comics 1000, so I have to freaking, you know, get up to date with this, because I'm just like, I'm picturing issue number 1000 is just going to be like, it's going to be next level, people. Like we're talking like, you know, I mean, they cannot let us down. It's issue 1000. 1000. 1000. My point is, I know it's going to be epic. Next up, we have Super Sons, issue number 10. Always the cutest title. Absolutely love this. And then I also have Super Sons Annual. Oh my god. Oh my god. They've all dropped on the ground. Oh no, please, let's all just calm down. Why? Which I'm really excited to read. I love picking up the annuals. They're always like a different story, so it's kind of fun to have it within my collection. So really keen to read this. The last in the Supes family, we have New Superman, issue number 17. And I have ranted and raved about this series. It is really, really good. And if you are not reading it and you're a big Superman fan, why am I even talking to you? Like, and you haven't read it. Like, I don't understand. You need to be reading this series. It's so good. Next, we'll go into the Bat family, and I'm very proud to say that I have a lot of Batman comics, Bat family comics this month. So first up, I have Batman Detective Comics, issue 968, and it's looking amazing. We have our Justice League variant cover once again. We also have Detective Comics 969. More in the Bat family, I picked up Batman White Knight issue number 2. So I picked up issue number 1. This is a very short mini-series. I think it's like 8 issues. So I picked up issue number 1. I have not read that one yet because that one came out in October. I'm still catching up. But I decided to pick up issue number 2 because I'm sure I will like it. I'm getting there, but love the cover, looks so good, and I'm really excited to get stuck into it. I also decided to pick up Batman Creature of the Night, book number 1. This just looks so cool. Like, it's almost like a trade paperback, but like a very much thinner version. So it kind of, I think it's going along the same lines of, if you guys have read the Supergirl Being Super series that was by Mariko Tamaki, I believe. That was such a good series, so I'm hoping this will be a similar one because it's all bound the same. So I'm very excited to read this. More in the Bat family, I have Nightwing the New Order, issue number 4. I'm still a little bit behind on this series, but I am loving it so far. It's a really, really cool kind of like Elseworlds series, and I'm liking it a lot. Like, I didn't expect to like it as much as I am. So I do highly recommend, if you're a Bat fan and you absolutely love Nightwing. It's definitely a very cool comic. And lastly in the Bat family, I have Batgirl issue number 17. I'm so behind on Batgirl. I'm like at least 4 or 5 issues behind, and it was getting so good. So I really have to catch up on this because I love Babs and Dick together. Like, I think they're so cute. Batgirl and Nightwing are like my OTPs, so I'm really excited to see that they're still kind of, you know, working together in this issue. You can see on the front cover. So I just want to start reading that and make sure I know what's happening in the story. Next book I have is Wonder Woman issue number 34. And I also have Wonder Woman issue number 35. And the last thing on my DC Comics list is something that I was really excited for, because I am a big Zatanna fan. I absolutely love Zatanna. She's so cool. So welcome to Mystik U. I am so excited to read this. Love that she's on the front cover. I've always wanted to have like, well, it's not really, I guess, a solo Zatanna series, but like if that ever comes out, I'm like 100% going to jump on it because I really love the character. Next, we'll jump into Marvel, which, as you know, is always a very pitiful pile. And yes, it's exactly the same this month. I finally caught up on Venom. I love it so much. It's definitely one of my favorite Marvel series. Well, it's probably like the only Marvel series I'm really reading right now. So I have Venom issue number 157 and Venom issue number 158. I love that Eddie is reunited with the symbiote now. Eddie is my favorite Venom. Out of any of them, Eddie is just the best. So I'm really excited that he's back, and there's all these different problems happening with the symbiote and kind of like its motive. So I highly suggest jumping on this series if you're a big Venom fan. I'm absolutely loving it so far, and I think it's something you can literally just go in and pick up any issue now, because it's all kind of like you kind of understand what's happening, so you don't really need to read all the past issues and like kind of to get that understanding. I think you can just jump on it and it'll be completely fine. So I highly suggest picking this up if you are a Venom fan. Now we are going into our independent issues. I do have a lot of issue number 1s in this, which I'm really excited to show you guys. First up, we have Misfit City issue number 7, which I have talked about like a million times. I talk about all of these indie comics so much because I love girl power comics. They're just so much fun to read. So this is Misfit City issue number 7. Highly suggest reading it. It's such a cute comic and all the characters are fantastic. Next book I have is The Unsound issue number 6. I did actually feature this book in my Halloween / horror comics video. So if you guys are interested in this series, it is really good. Like, I'm really liking it so far. The art is very eerie and it's written by Cullen Bunn, and he is a fantastic horror writer. So highly suggest this series. It's so weird, it's so creepy, and I feel like it's completely up my alley. So next book I have is one of my all-time favorite independent comics, and that is Curse Words issue number 10. This series is so kooky and weird. It's fantastic. It's just so much fun. And I've never felt bored reading this comic at all. Like, all these random, unexpected things just keep happening. I would highly suggest this one if you're after kind of like a magical look at Earth, because that's what you get here, but there's just so much else going on. It's just fantastic. The art is great, the characters are fantastic, the dialogue, the story is just so good. Highly recommend picking this one up. I'm sure a trade has come out already, so pick that one up first. Read it. If you love it, start collecting the single issues. Next book I have is Heavy Vinyl, issue number 4. So if you guys have been following this series, you will know that it was formerly called the Hi-Fi Fight Club. So now it is called Heavy Vinyl. I'm a bit unsure why they changed the name. I guess maybe a Hi-Fi Fight Club was a little bit on the nose about exactly what the book is about. Heavy Vinyl, I probably like the name Heavy Vinyl a little bit more. It kind of gives it a little bit more mystery to it, so I'm completely fine with the changes. So if you are trying to look for more issues of Hi-Fi Fight Club and you have no idea what's going on, it has been changed to Heavy Vinyl. So this is issue number 4. Issue number 3 was Hi-Fi Fight Club, and issue number 4 is Heavy Vinyl. So make sure you look for that at your comic book stores if you're still going to continue with this series. Next, I have issue number 10 of Motor Girl. I have been following this series for a really long time. Like, I feel like it's been a year or two, and it's very rare that these issues come out. Well, I feel like it's not very often, but I just, like, there's something about the series that I really like. It's just got so many different elements to it, and each issue you're learning so much more about this basic story, but you're just slowly getting slivers of like how intense it is. So I do recommend getting this, and I love the main character. She is so badass and cool. So again, if you like badass females, this is definitely a comic for you. Next book I have is Spirit Hunters, issue number 11. This is the second last issue of Spirit Hunters. I've loved this series so much. I think I did actually mention this in my horror comics thing again, because this is such a good series. There isn't a lot of comics that I read from Zenescope. There's just a few. I mean, I really like, obviously, all the kind of fairy tale stuff, but I haven't really delved into a lot of them. So Spirit Hunters is nice because it's a little different. It's not really based on fairy tales, so you don't have Robin Hood or Cinderella or Van Helsing or any of those kind of like mythological characters in it. It's based on like normal, well, not normal people because it's supernatural, but just like original characters that they've kind of created themselves. So I guess that's kind of why I like it a lot, and I love supernatural things. So this is something I would suggest probably picking up, because we're a bit late in this series now. It's issue number 11 out of 12. There will be a trade release, I'm sure, in the next month or two, so I would probably suggest looking for the trade, because then you can read it all at once, and it's definitely a much better read if you can read it all at once. Next book I have is Murder Crush, issue number 8. I have been raving about this series so much. It is so cool. The main character is a African-American queer girl, and that is just unheard of in comics, and I just love that this is the main character. She's so badass and cool, and just everything about her is really mysterious and interesting. You want to learn so much more about the main character, Domino. So I highly suggest picking this one up. Like, seriously, it's definitely up there with one of my favorite girl comics. It's so much fun, and the drawing and the stories just are fantastic, so I highly recommend. Next book I have is Lark's Killer, issue number 4. This was a series that I kind of picked up issue number 2, and I was like not expecting to, you know, continue it, but I've actually been enjoying this a lot, and they recently changed the artist, and I feel like that was for the best because a lot of the previous art was very kiddish, like I mean really kiddish, like you were watching like a cartoon for young kids, like, you know, like age 4 to 10. That's what the artwork kind of was, and some of the elements in this story were quite dark. You know, there were people getting stabbed and head sliced off, and people eaten by like, you know, evil dogs, and, you know, just getting ripped apart, blood and guts everywhere, and it was drawn in such a weird kind of kiddie cartoon style that it just felt kind of like wrong. So now they've kind of changed the art. Now that I'm looking at it, I mean, it's still got that, well, it doesn't really have that kiddish feel. I'm not sure if you can see here. It's still quite very blocky and not super detailed, which is totally fine, but I mean, it's now a little bit more mature, I think, and that kind of sets the tone more of the comics. I think this book really needed a different artist for it to kind of prosper a little bit more. So I'm really excited to stay on this series because it is very fun and it's very unexpected, and I kind of like where it's going. So I do suggest picking it up if you want to try it. Next book I have is Lazaretto, issue number 3. This is about a zombie apocalypse, but it's kind of a weird setup. I don't know how else to really explain it, but it's got a weird vibe to it, but it's kind of like addictive. So it's easy for you to, I would suggest picking up the first issue, seeing how you feel. If you're into zombies, apocalypse, that kind of thing, I would suggest picking it up and having a read, and then if you do like it, continue picking it up, because I have really enjoyed it so far. And I wasn't really thinking that I would like the first issue as much as I did, so I'm looking forward to continuing the series. Next book I have is Elsewhere, issue number 4. So this is the series about Amelia Earhart and what happened to her because she just disappeared. So in this series, she got sucked into this weird portal that took her to this fantasy world, and now she's trying to live in this fantasy world with all these crazy things happening. So it's kind of a cool take on like what actually happened to her. So I've actually liked it a lot so far. I wasn't expecting to like the series as much as I did, which I've said about a lot of books this month. So it's surprising and really good. there's very few series that I've actually picked up and gone, no, this is not for me. So I think all of the independent comics do a really, really good job in keeping you interested. So I will say that for them. Next book I have is Skid and Earth issue number 5. You know, I was just talking about books that made me lose interest, and actually I might say it with this one. So I picked up this issue, and I believe the next issue, issue number 6, came out this month of December, and I think it was like $15, like 15 Australian dollars, which I think in America is probably like $18 to $20, 18 to 20 American dollars for one book. No way. I've completely lost interest in this series and the fact that they're charging so much for the end, and I'm not even sure if it was the end, but I'm not paying that much for a series that I'm not really keen on, so unfortunately Skid and Earth is gonna be dropped. The last few issues I have are number 1s, which I was really keen on reading. First one I have is Dark Fang, issue number 1, which is about vampires, and I love vampires. Like, I love supernatural things, so I'll be really, really interested to see how this goes, because it is Image, and Image is always fantastic, very dark with their series. Another issue number 1 I picked up is Coyotes, issue number 1. This, I have to admit, the cover of this is what drew me in. It just looks so creepy, dark, and badass, and that is completely what I'm into, so I'm like really looking forward to reading this series. And again, Image does very dark series. So the next number 1 I got was Long Lost, issue number 1. Again, the cover of this really attracted me to the comic. The story seems kind of cool as well, so I'm interested in seeing how like this plays out. The last book for this month is an issue number 1 called Brilliant Trash. This looked really cool and kind of trippy. I kind of like the description as well, and the cover just looks really colourful and quite awesome. I always kind of give it kind of 2 to 3 issues if I want to continue on a series or not. So that is it for all the comics this month, guys. I hope you enjoyed all of my November comics. If you want to let me know what comics you picked up this month, let me know in the comments below, or if you just want to talk about your favourite comics for this month, you can also do that. And guys, don't forget to ask me a question for the Q&A. Make sure you hashtag it Talk Geeky to me if you want to be involved in the competition / giveaway, and make sure to follow me on any and all social media. I have all the links for that in the description below. Have a very Merry Christmas, or whatever holiday you celebrate, or whatever kind of day you have on the 25th of December. I hope it is amazing. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you very, very soon. Goodbye.